Hello, this is Cadet Jacob Walters, and I'm with Cadet Justin Daniels, and we will be explaining Deliverable 1-3, and we'll be comparing the total present value of the old retirement plan and the new retirement plan.
Hi, this is Cadet Daniels. For verification, the system functions just as we anticipate. We're able to put your rank, uh, this when we put in the VLOOKUPs and the information, nothing changes and it works as it should. And every time we change any piece of information, you can see that your your final results and your intermediate results uh, change as well. And we finally get values towards the end. So the system works. To validate and see that the system works properly, we can actually go in the system and see how they come out. So, for instance, years to ETS, say if he's a first lieutenant, he's going to get off in 18 years from ETS from now. Um, so he'll probably be an 05. So our system calculates that he will be making uh, at ETS tw- 1,200 $105. So we can see at our old retirement for an 05 at for an 07 at 26 years. I had him starting at an 02. He would be making 12,105 $6 a month, and this is at 26 years of service for an '07. So to validate, we will go to our base pay, our table. We will look at over 26 years of service for an '07, and we see we have the exact same values for BAH, special pays, and for the GI Bill with anyone over 3 years of service. That's also the same, and that theory holds up true. And for suggested future work, after an individual gets into their civilian position, we weren't able to come up with promotions, and so their pay is consistent until they finally retire. But in actuality, generally you'll have about a 2% raise every 2 years or so, and there's actually room for promotion. For documentation, to find out these promotion rates and what was expected, the typical, like for an officer, enlisted, and warrant officer, we use usmilitary.about.com to get promotion scales. This is all.
So to kick things off, we'll be discussing the interface page right here, and I'll just run you through an example with me. So at my current age, when I graduate, I'll be 21, and I'll be an 01 right here. And then while I'm doing this, you'll see that everything changes down here. But I'll graduate, I'll be stationed, I'm going to go to Fort Belvoir, so 22033, and I'll have 0 years of service. At this time, I won't have any GI Bill, so I'll delete that. It gives me a not applicable, but that's just because it's 0. And I want to give 8% to my TSP, or excuse me, 4% to my TSP. We only have it working up to 5% because that's how much the government matches. So years until ETS, I want to stay in for, I don't know, 24 years. Um, I want to retire at Fort Polk. I'll have 3 dependents at the time. I want to be a sewer, and I want to spend 20 years in the civilian sector. For flight pay, none of this actually affects the actual present values of the old or new retirement plan because we didn't want to deal with how long you'll be receiving that pay and how that affects uh, or what present value that'll be. But it's just a drop-down menu for the how much you can get paid, and for languages, it's what language and what proficiency you can do, um, and so on. And then these are kind of like your intermediate results. So you have your tax rates, you have your estimated grades, so I'll be an '06 when I'm done, how much you'll get paid now, how much you'll get paid when you retire, and so on. And then to calculate these, what we did was, this is the same thing for the old and the new with just the differences of being the TSP growth in the new, and then just um, how much you'll be making as retirement in the old. And what we did was we calculated the tax, took the tax and applied it to the gross total, and got an annual net total and just applied a net present value to that.